This may sound strange, but the best salespeople, those that rise to the top, don't always take credit for the sale. Let's look at that a little closer. This builds on Chuckism number 1 that says there are two kinds of people in the world, those that know they're in sales and those who don't. A lot of people could help us do even better with our selling. So the sales professionals that rise to the top know that every successful sale is a team effort, always a team effort. Employees in our organization can help us, and our mentors are always helping us with what they have instilled in us. And we have teachers, lessons that we have learned from trainers. And let's don't forget AI for sales. There's a lot of resources going into every significant sale, so we need to recognize we're not lone wolves, we're not doing this by ourselves. In football, if a player makes a touchdown, the camera goes there, there's dancing in the end zone, but if a football player makes the touchdown all by themselves, why are there other players on the field? And the truth is, everyone must do their job as well as possible in order for us to succeed and get the accolades. Take the rewards. You earn the rewards, the quota, the commission, whatever comes with it, but understand you want to share the credit with all of the people who helped you succeed. How do we go about doing that? Well, maintain the humility and maintain the appreciation. I made some significant sales in my sales career, but rarely did it by myself. If I needed a significant cost justification, I would ask a Wharton MBA who happened to work for the company, how do I do this? If it was a complex sale, I would bring in one of the engineers and say, is there another way or a better way of doing this? And in almost every case, the people that I talk to help me enhance the value of my sale to my customers. Use collaborative selling. Here we see a salesperson preparing for a sales call. She has called in other people from her organization, and she's going to solicit ideas. Maybe they're from finance or engineering or other salespeople. She'll share the results with other people, and she'll always say thanks. And as a result of that, she will go to the top. She'll be one of the best performers. When Robert Woodruff was running the Coca-Cola Company, he once said, "It's amazing what you can accomplish if you don't care who gets the credit." And that's the secret to going all the way to the top. So who was the greatest salesperson of all time? Was it Wes Cantrell, a name you may not be familiar with? Wes was kind of an outsider, didn't have a degree, went to work for a company called Lanier Business Systems, which was the high-tech darling of its day. And he was told, you'll never be able to rise in this organization without a degree. So with a family to feed, he still found time to go back to college, get his degree, moved up one level at a time until he was a top salesperson. He broke all the records there until they sold the company to Ricoh. He rose to become chairman of the organization. Here he was, their top salesperson ever. He was chairman of the company, and I was writing my first book, so I went and sat down with him. I said, "So Wes, what's the secret to sales success?" And he said, "Down the hall, third door on the right, is our VP of sales. I do all the president stuff. He does all the sales stuff." He rose to the top of the organization because he clearly delineated responsibilities. This is why some partnerships don't last. Mr. Hewlett and Mr. Packard worked it out, but Mr. Rolls and Mr. Royce didn't, and they parted friends. So what we want to look at is, are we sharing our success with other people? Lanier sold their technologies and their products to Ricoh. Wes earned the Horatio Alger Award, to tell you what kind of a person he was, and retired and became a motivational speaker. You know, he was a personal friend of the greatest sales professional of all time, but he was not the GOAT. He gave the GOAT credit for his success, but he wasn't the GOAT. So who should you share your success with? Well, obviously people in your organization who helped you, all those mentors and teachers along the way that helped you grow, the books you've read, but can you also credit the customer? You see, the buyer made a wise decision to buy from you. It was based on value, not price. It was based on what you were able to teach them in the process of selling to them. So that means teach others.